Sloss and Humphries on the road.
Muggins and cream and muggins, straight thuggin', living the dream.
And that's our intro.
Fucking muggles.
Tickling the clit inside your head that makes you laugh. They said it can't be done.
Are we in the same seats?
That's hack.
Ah, muggles.
Accidental rim job in the park.
Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Or am I just being cynical?
Muggled it up on fucking Mugglepedia.
Where have you been since 9/11?
Bill Hardy, get your ears all over my party.
What?
Bill Hardy, it's recording.
Oh.
We've got a new, do you know Bill Hardy?
Who, the bird?
Is that what he does, Bird Watcher?
I don't know.
I think, was that Bill Hardy or was that, you're that guy with the beard?
Can this not be the intro?
It is. It's the intro. I'm back. Guess who's back? Bringing the rain.
So Muggins is back after... Was it been fucking...
Well, the last one we done together was Altitude with the guys.
Oh, the ones that age to upload.
Crusher and Maxwell and Gareth, and then you've done a couple with Gareth, which I listen to. Fucking funny, man. I get when people are tweeting us saying that they laugh on the train and shit like that. It was nice to have a little role reversal. I was in Liverpool's Lime Street station and laughing my tits off. Gareth's your dad joke specifically about
which one?
The one about going down to the pool and putting your dad gets up early to go to the pool to put his towel on the lounger, but he puts it on 8 miles away from the pool. And it just got us right in the funny. I was just chuckling away like a lunatic.
So this podcast is special for a number of reasons. One, it's our first back in a while. Second, you have finally got your own fucking dictaphone.
Yeah, Natalie bought us a little parting gift. I'm going to Australia for 3 months tomorrow.
So that means you are now capable of doing your own podcast. So I think we're going to do it so that you're responsible for Thursday's podcast. I'll start doing Mondays, and then we'll meet back up when we're in Australia.
So we're all grateful to Natalie for equipping me with the goods because I was too lazy to do it myself.
All right.
Thank you, lovely. And I'm going to be living in a house with Kerry Marks, who's a fantastic comedian who I'm going to try and get on the podcast as often as possible.
Aye.
And I'm going to be at numerous festivals throughout Australia with talented bastards everywhere. So we'll keep it going until we reunite in Melbourne. And was that the door that I thought was Natalie?
Aye, yeah.
So we're in Natalie's bedroom. It's the same door that made a squeak when I talked to Natalie, if you can remember that podcast.
Also, we do have 2 guests on this podcast. We'll go get them in a bit to be on the podcast. It's Elliot Steele and Tom Houghton, who have neither been on the podcast before. Tom Houghton is the one who... in fact, we'll bring it up when he's on the fucking podcast, but basically I've had a wank in his house loads. Do you have anything you want to bring up?
Tom lives in the Tower of London.
That's what I was just said. We were going to wait until he was in the room. Did you literally just not listen to the words that left my mouth? I literally just said... Tom, oh no, I'll let him explain it, and then you just went ahead.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't hear anything because I was just watching your lips and wanting to kiss you. He had such a soft mouth.
Man,
it was so funny when we saw each other for the first time in ages yesterday when you come here. We didn't know whether to hug or not.
Oh yeah.
I saw you like gesture to hug us like you would with anyone you hadn't seen in a while. Postured up.
I took a run up, did I?
You postured up for a cuddle.
I did not.
And then you changed your mind and smoothed it out like you didn't want to hug, and I went. And then I looked at you and went, go on then. And you just threw your arms around my neck.
Threw my legs around your waist.
And I just held you up by your bum. I was like, where have you been, Cream? Where have you been? And then we're Eskimo kissed with our noses.
I started sobbing into your neck while Coldplay played in the background. Hugh Grant did a voiceover about his meeting at Heathrow.
Death row. Who met at death row?
I want it to be on record that I absolutely did not. I walked into the Natalie's house and I walked straight through the living room.
Playing it cool. Playing it cool.
No, you chased me through. I was in the living room charging my phone and you came through.
On all fours? Panting like a dog.
I think you meant on all fours, like with my arms hanging out.
Twerking. Like Beyonce doing the Beyonce dance.
Nobody twerks on all fours.
Watch this. I mean, you can't see it on the podcast, but imagine it. With the back knock going and everything. Actually, sorry, mate. It's awkward now.
Oh, I'm absolutely hanging out my arse today as well.
So, I'm hanging out your arse. So we've got 2 guests actually.
We've done this. Do you not listen to any words that come out of my mouth?
Shut up and listen. Tom Houghton.
Right.
And
Yes.
Elliot Steele.
Both which I said.
I didn't though. We're also very hungover. We stayed up and watched the UFC last night and drank a lot of gin. And
we played Worms. Worms.
We played Worms. By played Worms, I mean dragged me ass across the carpet.
I feel so sorry for Nally as well, because she, when I walked into her room yesterday, she was so happy about how clean her room was, and we have fucking destroyed it.
Those cans and shit just everywhere. I've done a little tidy up, like picked the baggies up off the floor, licked them.
Sandwich to tail bags.
Like a tampon packet. Get the last of it, waste not, want not.
I dip them in hot water so it just turns into tea.
Inside of me condom. Like that clean.
You know, if you're turning your condoms inside out, that's how you make girls. Right. Should we go get the fucking guests on the podcast?
Nah, we'll just keep them waiting for ages. What do you reckon?
Should we mug them off before? Because they're not going to listen to this. I mean, they are definitely going to listen to this podcast because they're both so fucking narcissistic that they want to come here and sound how they come across.
Should we start making up like rumours about them now then?
Right. Elliot Steele. Right. Here's a rumour about him. He's a comedian.
I mean, that's what people are saying on the street, but it might not be true. Go to one of his gigs, find out for yourself. Tom Horton.
Tom Horton. Now, don't say what's when I say it, I'll let him say it. Don't say what's going to happen to Tom Horton tonight.
He's going to be on first dates.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Like, do you skip to the end of books and just be like, oh, great.
People do that, you know.
I know.
People read the end of a book and then go back and read it.
I think when people read the end of a book, I'm like, yeah, that's the point. You mean first?
Yeah. I mean, they go to the end and they're like, give themselves a couple of spoilers and then work towards it.
Aye.
Who are them fucking maniacs?
I do that in porn.
Just go straight to the cum shot. Find out where it finishes.
Aye.
If she doesn't finish on a foot, it's not for you.
I've never understood foot fetishes.
Nah.
Like, I will, if you've got any sort of fetish, like if I'm banging abroad, I mean, having sex with a woman overseas.
Overseas.
If you got any fetishes, like, I'll join in. Like, more power to you. But that's one where I think it's exclusively a guy thing.
What, foot fetish? Man,
Aye.
I would love a foot fetish. Because this is what I mean. I've got a boob fetish.
Aye.
Right? Most people do. A lot of people do.
No, I like boobs. No, they're good.
A lot of people like boobs, so it's not considered a fetish because it's so. But like, you have to achieve boobs.
It's very weird that you've got the same fetish as a baby.
I've never changed. Same old me. So, if you've got a foot fetish, people have their feet out all the time because they don't consider them to be like a exclusive part of their body for their partner. So people just like kicking around with their feet out all the time. Now, if you had the same feeling from feet as you get for boobs, you get everywhere. People all over the joint. People on the tube with these shoes on.
What? If you got a foot fetish, you must love mosques.
Aye. Oh man.
Swimming pools.
If I had a foot fetish, I'd be the best Muslim ever. I would.
No, because you wouldn't be able to jerk off in a mosque.
Try and stop it.
They would.
Would they?
Yeah.
You reckon they would?
If you're yes.
Do you reckon how?
Same thing if you're jerking. It's not specific to mosques here. If you're jerking off in any place of worship, somebody's gonna fucking scalp your wrist.
Do you think they like ask you to stop first? Go, how man? It's a place of worship. What are you playing at?
Have to respect.
Oh man,
I've got to put a towel down now, but that's not for that reason.
You're new here. I do reckon they just grapple you and get your arm out your dick. I mean, out your pants. Fist to me, chap science. How do you wank? So Tom's on first dates.
No, Tom is actually. Oh, right, we'll get him on the podcast. And Elliot's on stuff.
Because the whole idea was we were gonna like do the reveal while Tom was here to talk about it, but I just felt like pissing cream off.
Do you know? I absolutely spaffed it.
So we'll pause it right then, and now we're back with guests.
Aye.
We've got to Daniel's right here.
Why give directions? Who gives a shit? What's wrong with you today?
I'm building theatre of the mind. It's theatre of the mind. I'm creating an image for the listeners. To Daniel's right, he's sat facing me. Daniel's right, Elliot Steele. As we said, there's a rumour going around that he's a comedian. I've hid his inhaler and we're smoking vaporisers next to him, so it could get messy.
And also Tom Horton is
Who's
here.
to Elliot's right?
Well, if it's 4 people, it can't be a circle, it's a square, isn't it? Or a rhombus.
Or a rectangle.
There you go.
So many options.
Most importantly, the thing we have to remember is every guest has to come up with a name, because obviously Morgan's Cream, everyone comes with. Cody's was Crusher, Maxwell's was Jeanette or something. What was it?
I was like Sharon or something. Sandra, Barbara.
Drag name. Do you have a nickname for yourself, Tom?
A nickname for myself?
Aye. We could call you Well-To-Do because you were on First Dates Nights, which I do want to get into discussion about in a minute. But you were described on the Sky Planner as Well-To-Do Tom.
But then if you look at the other options for well-to-do, there was Oofy.
Aye, missed out a P.
Oofy? Does Oofy mean well-to-do?
Yeah, it was, so I'm just Oofy, no P.
Aye, Oofy, no P. I saw the clock starting in your head very slow.
Oofy. What does Oofy mean?
So we can go Oofy. Aye.
Oofy, no P.
Aye, Muggins, Cream and Oofy. And Steel. It could just be Steel.
Yeah.
That's what everyone calls you
Steel.
anyway.
Just my surname.
Steel.
Unimaginative one so far.
Steel by name, Steel by nature.
Can you explain to the listeners why you called your show in the Edinburgh Fringe Festival Netflix and Steel?
Oh, because in my accent, where I come from in Croydon, that works as a joke.
That doesn't.
Because it's so still, chill. But then after I had all the posters and flyers made, like got up there, and then realising no one else's accent does it work as a pun.
Say it in your accent.
Still, chill.
Netflix
Netflix is still.
Netflix and Still.
Aye,
But then on paper, Netflix and Still.
The amount of people in that festival coming up to me pointing it out as well.
To steal a mockingbird.
Kill Steel Volume 2.
Kill, steal.
Aye.
Steal, steal.
So I want to get on to, most importantly, two things. Tom, you're on First Dates tonight.
I am excited.
Jo-
Thanks to you.
Yeah.
And Jean.
Me and
I love
Beanie.
Jean.
We got drunk and signed up Jean and Tom and Ellis all up to First Dates. And Jean and Ellis were not chosen or even called back or even emailed back. So they were, like, I reckon they must be devastated. Like, 'cause you have to send through photos. Do you reckon they just went, oh, Marcus spam, Marcus spam.
Recycle bin, empty trash.
Mark Jean is spam because she looks like a fucking pig.
And on the other side, does that not mean that they looked at me and went, oh fuck, this guy needs help?
Yeah.
Like, really. I was telling my parents that I was going on it, and the whole way running up to it, it was only through all the rounds, it was only till the final week just before I went out that we realised the whole time they thought I was talking about the Undateables.
Where they just get damaged goods.
They're just really happy that I was trying.
Yeah. So how was it? Because it was a special one. It was in France.
It's pre-recorded. He's not going on the date tonight. Oh, it's just a ghost. He's not going on the date tonight, just to be clear. He's pre-recorded and done it in France.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't like the normal one that they have in the restaurant in London. They flew us to Marseille.
Yeah.
Which sort of, I had a bit of pressure, because like, just going down to a restaurant in London is like quite nerve-wracking, but when they're flying you over to a different country and then setting you up, and it's
Do you reckon they just went, oh fuck, there's no woman in this country for you?
He's been through them all.
France looks more relaxed. And it's with it, because then you then met with this person. You're like, oh, so this is what a bunch of strangers deemed to be like my equivalent.
Your type. And what did you feel they got it sort of spot on?
Yeah.
Was she good? She was
pretty well to do.
Was she?
Pretty oofy.
There was such a great trailer where she went, I think I'm going to come across really posh, and he was like, oh, you do.
Yeah, like, and then they edited it to make her look like she gave me a really bitchy look, which she did. But then after that I went, but don't worry, I think you've met your match with me.
Yeah.
We can be posh twats together. So it was nice, but it looks like
They edited it, make it look like a bit tension, a little bit like, oh.
So are you kind of nervous about how it's going to? Because they can edit you to look great or look like a piece of shit. Because I know you had a fucking war with Fred going on.
I mean, Fred just took a disliking to me. Like he
the French fuck.
The
for
French
those who don't know.
Yeah.
I think he's got creepy eyes. I know people like his eyes, but those eyes have like seen deep graves that he's dug.
And you know what? He's divorced.
Is he? I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so he's there. I love his like. It's like, how the fuck do you know?
Man, I do. Do you watch First Dates?
I've never seen it.
Do you watch First Dates?
No.
I love it, but I've realised, because me and Jean genuinely love the show, I've realised we love it for different reasons. Jean loves it because like she likes seeing people who have been unlucky in love find thing. I love it in the most sadistic way possible. And I couldn't stop laughing the other day. Gina had to leave the room because she was so upset by how hard I was laughing. There was this guy on, and he was clearly nervous. Like before the date, he's physically sweating. He's so nervous, right? And then there's this girl, and she's really nice, and they go on a date, and she calls him on how sort of nervous he is, and they sort of hit it off, but he's still nervous, and he phones his mum halfway through, and he thinks it's gone well, and they've got that bit where they sit them in the interview and decide if they want to go on a second date or see each other again, and it's always like, they always go, oh, you go first, or you go first. He goes, oh, I'll go first. Yes. And she said no, and I could not. He was the most devastated, and that's what I get out of the show. See when someone gets fucking crushed.
So he thought he'd hit it off. He felt chemistry, and she was just like, she had to be on the date, so she was making the most of it. And then when it come to the crunch, she was like, nah, dog, man, get out of here.
Like when she sat there, he was so confident. He was already picturing himself in a white dress.
But then she was cold-hearted as well, because then afterwards they said no. They went and chilled out by the pool, and he sat there. And then she got in her swimming costume and started swimming around in front of him, like, here's what you could have won.
She did that proper, like, you know when Bond girls come out of the pool and do that full sexy lift up? She did that, and he's just sat in the photo of his mum.
Yeah, Mum, it's going great. We're going to stay friends. She's just a good mate.
And then the other hard one about that as well, because he had his sob story that his mate had died.
Yeah,
and he opened up to her, and then she went, oh yeah, all my friends died. When I was younger, it's like, she
story topped her. He was like, one of my friends died 3 years ago. She was like, three of my friends died 5 years ago.
That's nothing. You don't know pain. You haven't suffered enough, so I'm going to break up with you before it even begins. So that goes out at what time tonight? I'll try and get this podcast out before...
10 o'clock tonight.
10 o'clock tonight. Tom Horton, well to do.
And you are going to her house to watch it?
Yeah. Which is kind of nice. I kind of want to watch it together. I think she's got about 32 friends coming, and about 4 of mine can come along. So I'm going to look pretty awesome.
Imagine the edit is terrible, and you look like you're being a dick to her, and all of her friends are judging you on the TV, and then just looking over at you, just sat there with your 2 mates.
That's the moment I realise I'm a bit rapey.
No. Yeah, do you reckon, like... Because I reckon I'm fucking stellar on dates. Like, but I reckon if you see yourself, sometimes you might go, God, I'm a bit...
Well, it would be hilarious, man, because you think you're good on a date, but if you sat with me watching your date back on telly, you'd probably cringe at a lot of the stuff you did. Even if you'd done it right, you'd still cringe at the stuff. No, Tom's in that situation right now.
Yeah.
In that situation where...
Because it's like...
Everyone's watching through a crystal ball.
And to your mates, sincerity is always cringeable. Whenever you're sort of trying to be really sort of genuine.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck you doing?
Like, I can't wait for the WhatsApp group tonight, because anytime you say anything even remotely polite or decent, like, if you treat us as a human being, I'm going to be like, you fucking nerd.
WhatsApp's going to blow up tonight. Like.
You're going to have a great time.
Oh,
I'm deleting WhatsApp.
Yeah. I reckon you're going to get properly rinsed. I cannot fucking wait.
But do you have to pay for the date? Like, did they pay for it? Did they...
They gave us a €50 budget for each day. And it was great because we went out there just after Brexit, so the pound decreased. Oh, God damn it!
So they give you 50, and then... So did you pay for the meal?
So his... spoiler alert. Because as soon as we got to the payment, she straight away went, we'll split the bill. And I went, oh, you sure? No, I'd really like to. She went, no, okay. And then I went on this sort of weird half-drunk, oh, great, feminism's alive. Men and women can live equally. Which is going to sound weird. And then she took ages to get her money out, so I looked at the waitress and just paid.
Yeah.
And so when she looked back up, she's like, are you paid? And I was like, you were taking so fucking long. But I think it's going to come out as me going, oh, yeah, feminism, we'll all be equal. I'll pay.
Right. Don't listen to this dumb broad, she's drunk. Stupid cow.
It's my money anyway, I do all the work around here. So it's so amazing, that shift between chivalry and sexism, right, where like, to pay for a date, or hold the door, help someone carry the bag.
The difference between holding the door open for a woman and slamming it right in her fucking dish, right, apparently, very different.
Like, I've had that way. I've like wanted to go and help. I tried
holding a revolving door open for a girl once.
You want to try and hold it right?
Just sat there fucking spinning like a hamster. She kept going straight back out.
She tried to run a straight line and fell over. Yeah, I had a day the other day where I saw someone struggling with a suitcase, a woman struggling with a suitcase, and I wanted to help her, but I was like, oh, I don't want to look like macho fucking man trying to like, oh, I'm stronger than you. And then I saw an old person standing on the tube, and I wanted to give up my seat, but then I thought I don't want to call him old, and I'm like, I'm so scared.
And then there's a homeless person who wanted money, and I don't want to be condescending.
Old lady lying in the road.
I was like, oh no, she can help herself.
I didn't want to give the homeless guy money, so I'm making bets that he can't lose.
I walked past the homeless guy the other day, and he's
Typical Tom.
His chin in the air,
Why did someone sweat button?
throwing his Rolex in the sky and catching it.
But it's that, he went, have a nice walk home, and I just instinctively went, you too. I didn't even think about it.
Oh, no.
I was just an instinct reaction. Oh no, that's really bad.
I do hate that thing. I've done it multiple times in fucking restaurants where they just go, hope you enjoyed your meal, you too. Oh, I wish I was dead.
Happy birthday, you too.
Right, should we go into our Muggle corner?
Yes.
I'll let Elliot, you can go first. You first.
Hold on, let Elliot explain what a Muggle is.
Oh yeah,
What a Muggle is.
Because I'm a lifelong fan of this podcast.
Long time listener, first time caller.
It's it's like a word, the wizardy word from Harry Potter that you lot use to describe people who haven't got the little spark in their life. They're like a little bit dull.
Yeah.
But at first, like it was like proper like they were because. I don't know. No, yeah, fucking. I don't know. I'm going into too much detail.
No, do it.
There's at first it was like the proper, like almost like I would say muggle, something you look called muggle, and it would work the same.
Yeah.
But like sometimes it feels like, but then like you started doing ones, and I started getting them, and then I was like, oh, it's not.
I think people thought they were mean at start.
Yeah, people thought we're being cold-blooded.
Oh, I know.
Because we're like as if we were like character assassinating people that do it. Like we're writing them off. Like if you do one of these personality traits, you're
can't
dead
be a
to us.
friend.
But no, everyone does it. We even throw ourselves under the bus.
Right.
It's literally impossible not to be a muggle at some point.
Yeah, everyone. It's just you've got to
We've
make
been
sure.
socially conditioned to be muggles.
Yeah, you've just got to make sure that your ratio of muggle endeavours is smaller than your normal fucking endeavours. Doesn't make you a bad person, but everyone's guilty of it. And if you are guilty, if we all agree that this thing is muggly, you're in the corner for 30 seconds. Steele, what is your first suggestion for Muggle Corner?
People who pin tweets.
Oh, well...
Right, unless you're promoting, I can understand it, like in our job you've got to show us something, but when you see someone...
Your favourite joke.
That's really funny. I mean, not if you're us and you need to, but other people...
No, but like, I can understand, like, if you run a business or something, or you've got in a bar, but like, if you've once got 13 retweets on something that was topical 4 months ago,
yeah,
or if someone retweets one of their tweets that once got like 10 retweets, I just how do you even remember that shit? How do you remember what you tweet and stuff?
It's kind of like something. It's like the Blue Peter version of like, and here's something funny I said earlier.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like, hi, welcome to my Twitter page. This is the kind of gold you can be expecting for the whole fucking time. Nah, just
I'm with Elliot on this one. It's like that dining out on like a former glory. You're dining out on former glory. You're pinning it at the top, but like you say, I think as a business model, sometimes it's good to have like a thing with your website or your gig list or your merchandise or anything like can be pinned at the top because that's your front page, right?
No, so
I think pin jokes rather than
Or like I've seen people pin political points
on opinion.
Like they'll pin something like, guy, if you've clicked on here and you're like a member of this group or that group, there's no you can click away, and you're just like.
I'm going to find out what your pin tweet is.
I haven't got a pin tweet.
You don't?
No, because I'm not.
I don't have one.
It just looks sad.
I do. Mine's is all 6 episodes of Muff are now.
Yeah, so I'd say that's fine.
Promotion. That's decent. I mean, I'll still stand in the corner because I'm still technically guilty of it. But do you have a pin tweet, Tom? I'm on first dates tonight.
I've got a pin tweet which is an advert I did for a guy who asked me to promote it.
Tweet is unavailable. It says ever had a night out that didn't go to plan. Well, those days are gone. My friends download the Raw app and guarantee the fun. So it's an advert, but the video that was attached to it is no longer.
Is it not?
You need to update your portfolio. Do you want to do a Muggle Corner, Tommy?
Yeah, my Muggle Corner is people who keep empty bottles of alcohol as ornaments.
Oh, Jean.
Jean's in the corner.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, she loves it. Jean's worse as well. It is totally muggly. She puts like glitter and sequins. She decorates them, fucking puts candles in there and flowers and fucking dreams.
I wouldn't say that's muggly though, because like if you look back on that and like, oh, that was a night out, or like imagine you had like a nice bottle of drink and just left it in the corner, like, I always remember that time I went and.
Aye, but if you're putting sequins on an empty bottle of Bucky, you're a fucking scumbag. Like,
Put an empty bottle of Sambuca to remind you of New Year 2013.
Right.
We bought
a beer can tower.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that is the lower version. Like, if you just got fucking tinnies, I might do that to just start pissing June off, be like, this is what you fucking look like.
if you keep your bottles down, keep your tinnies.
Aye.
We bought Natalie a Muggins and Cream Prosecco. You keep that shit, right?
Yeah. Did we?
I did.
Oh.
But yes, Natalie, we bought me and Natalie. It was from me and Daniel. He is thoughtful. All of the things you do for him.
This is like whenever it's Christmas time and you may have never bought each other presents, but you've bought me presents, air quotes, for the past 4 years. Just Natalie always buys me gifts. I'm just like, when are you going to learn?
Guy is so thoughtful.
She's like, this is from me and Kai. And I'm like, no, it isn't.
I saw in, I think it was in a tattoo shop, you know, the disinfectant that they spray on you, the antiseptic, was someone had used a Jack Daniels bottle and get a screw cap for like an old bottle of Jack, and I thought that was pretty cool that he had the bottle for that, but...
Right. But he's using that in a sort of purposeful way rather than...
Oh, if you're
the
just sticking
candle.
fucking candles in the way you just get...
Yeah, you could,
Go on.
Hey guys, I drink alcohol.
Yeah,
That means I'm super cool.
I feel it's like, it's also, there's definitely, and Gene doesn't do it for this reason, but I reckon a lot of people are just like, I just really care about the environment, so it's just like, you never have to throw things away. You can do, it's like all those, you know, those fucking shitty BuzzFeed lists where it comes out like, 30 things you can do with empty bottles instead of throwing them, oh, just throw them away, fuck the dolphins, who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
dolphins rape people, I'm glad they die.
I don't even...
like I don't trust them. They do, they rape people, that's a fact, dolphins rape people, and they're the only animal that practice nasal sex.
In the hole?
Oh, it's, they fuck each other in the blowhole, and then when they sneeze, oh, it's messy.
and they send sick kids to go and swim with them.
Aye.
That's fucking dangerous.
They were just kids until they swam with them. So, if you collect your bottles...
Has anyone ever kissed a dolphin?
I want to kiss it!
I have.
Figured a tuna.
I've swam with dolphins. I was a bit scared.
Were you?
Aye.
They rape people.
They just thought they were fancy sharks.
Well, they're quite big. They're powerful beasts.
Aye.
No, they're like good batterers, especially in the water. I mean, I can take one on the land. I can take a whale. I let it whale on it for a little while. Right?
Pun intended.
Whale on it.
I reckon a boxing ring I could take a dolphin, but in the ocean.
Because put a glove on its nose.
I've kissed a dolphin. We did the swim with them. Like there was one because we all went
Tongues.
Right, she tried it. There's a bit weird because I was over there with my brothers. I was fucking smashed as well because we were in Disney and they've clearly never met British people before. Because you get there at 8 in the morning, you're swimming with dolphins at like 11, and they give you a wristband and they just go. So because you paid for the whole experience, you can swim wherever you want. You've got your specific meet the dolphins time, like the fucking meet and greet, shake their hands and stuff, get an autograph. Get a signed jersey.
Get a selfie with them. Keeps making it delete it because it's playing.
No, that one, I look bad.
My nose looks big in that one.
But because they don't want you to have money in it, because they don't want you swimming in any of the closures with like money in your pockets. They take you all up at the start. So this thing is just free food and free booze all day. Like, and I mean,
Fish. You're just at the edge getting fish thrown at you.
And so I go up there and I'm like, is the booze free? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, and unlimited. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, all day. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, okay, can I get 3 margaritas? And they go, sorry, it's 9 a.m. And I'm like, oh, is there like a time when it starts? Like, no, it's just. I'm like, all right, rein in the fucking judgment then. Go swim with dolphins. Like they're trying to rescue me.
You just keep floating face down and they just flip you over and put you on the edge.
Well, hold your hair back as you be sitting.
Just like swimming me back to shore and balance me on their nose.
Yes, I done that where one got under each foot and like swam with us and I just like launched forward and then they come out of the water and I just stood like a fucking messiah on the noses and then they just flew off. I just flew in, towards the moon and I just disappeared into the night sky. Best day of my life, man.
They're really fucking rubbery. Sorry, lovely.
Are you drunk now? These dolphins are rubber, mate.
I love you, mate.
But why I was scared of them is because they're quite big, you know. If I went running with horses,
Okay.
I'd probably just be a little bit cautious. Yeah, I'm running along with the horses going, oh, you're a big horse, and nudge into us, and like if you decide to turn on us, I'm dead. I just felt like that, never gonna run with horses. Don't look at us like I'm the only one that gets running with horses.
No, because
You know, been on the Praya, just...
you mean the prairie?
Yeah.
The pariah.
That's what I meant.
But no, you know when you're with horses, just ride them, mate. That's what they're there for.
They're terrifying horses. I wouldn't go ride. I get scared of them. They're just.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I'd be the same with a dolphin. I wouldn't go swimming with a dolphin.
Wouldn't you?
No, I wouldn't trust them.
I'm not going to pussy it. I'm admitting that I had a little bit of flutter on my tummy, but...
Do you reckon you could beat up a horse in the sea?
I could be able to see a horse. Only the men, though, not a pregnant one. I'm not a dick. Do you reckon the only reason we don't ride dolphins is because animal rights came in too late? Right. The only reason we ride horses, right, is because
We don't
animal
ride
rights.
dolphins because they're in the sea.
But look, if we
Saddle them.
if we can, if we can train these little fucks to fucking fart on command and whatever they do, and make squeaky noises and just do you just put a saddle on the back of them. I guess the danger is a horse can't fucking drown you without drowning itself. If at any point that dolphin's not enjoying you on his back, it's like, right, fuck you, cunt.
I look forward to the Grand National way more if it was on dolphins.
But it's still on land, though.
The jockey just trying to heave it over a hill.
I've completely forgot what your Michael Corner was. We got so distracted.
Bottlenose dolphins.
Alcohol bottles.
Alcohol bottles, yeah. Alcohol bottlenose dolphins.
Yeah.
Hey!
And scene.
Yeah. I'll totally agree with that. Gene, you're in the corner for 30 seconds.
Right, this one. I think we're all watchers of this show, but it's people who refuse to watch Game of Thrones because they don't like dragons and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, get over that bit.
Yeah.
It's remarkable. It's remarkable television. If you write it off because I don't like dragons and stuff, you've robbed yourself.
There's always got to be a thing like when something's so popular, why don't you just give it you should watch it?
I do feel the people that don't like Game of Thrones is I'm like, oh, you're not liking it to be cool. That's why
exactly.
you're like, yeah, I just don't really like the fucking mainstream stuff. And you're like, oh, shut up, nerd.
I go against the grain.
Yeah.
No,
I've never seen it, but I've got that thing of going, I know I like games like Skyrim and stuff and Lord of the Rings, so I know if I watch it, that's just hours of my life.
Oh,
that
man,
I
this-
will
not
never-
wasted.
Not wasted, but I know it'll just be one of them things, when you sat there and you've watched like 5 episodes of one series in a day and you've not moved.
man, there's fucking heaps of dick in it too as well. It's mint.
Loris gets blooded off Renly.
Aye.
Punched, doesn't he?
I I gets noshed off by a bloke and then has to go pretend to be.
If that's what you're into. Yeah.
Aye, it's
I don't mind you doing it, just different way of around my face.
It's a fantasy world.
Pretending to be straight, here comes the Night of Flowers. George. Subtle casting.
Right. I'll tell you because there's
Unless that's what they mean by dragons. It's just the new term that they're all getting away with. And like dragons and stuff, if you know what I mean.
You know the term fairy is homophobic, right? Can we all agree that it's the reason it's just homophobic is because people just associate it to gay people. But I still think fairy's a good word to use to describe someone who is, because fairies themselves are just small, weak, fucking pathetic things. So when I call someone a fairy, someone goes, you're homophobic. I'm like, no, I understand it's got the history of homophobia, but I'm calling you a fairy because you're a small, weak, pathetic, glittery piece of shit.
Sexuality.
Aye.
I you call someone a fairy if I use them to do the dishes.
You got soft hands.
or a callous face.
No.
Hands that do dishes on a soft face.
I don't even remember those adverts.
They're very liquid.
Green giant.
I'll give you that.
So if you write off Game of Thrones because of dragons and stuff, I was with someone the other day that just wrote off UFC because it's just like, it's just dudes like wrestling each other, like it's just naked dudes
so
grabbing each
ignorant.
other, and you're like, just don't be ignorant. Like,
Oh no, I know who you're talking about, and I'll name a shame because I don't respect him. We're like, Doug Siegel can fuck off.
There wasn't actually him, but yes, that was his crack.
Right. It's not like,
You can come back like
no, you can't. Stay away, you fuck.
It's Doug Siegel that bell end that started a fight out of nowhere with Milo.
Because Milo raised the point, which was and it's one I agree with, which is I'm surprised more feminists haven't got behind UFC because like Ronda Rousey 5 years ago, Dana White was like, there will never be women fighting in the UFC ever, ever, ever over my fucking dead body. He literally says over my dead body, right? And then 2 years later, Ronda Rousey turns up and is like, I'm the fucking greatest. Since then, there's now 3 fucking divisions.
He's had a U-turn, he's opened his mind.
She's brought in, there are now 3 fucking weight classes for women in the UFC. Their fights are fucking great. Probably you've got fucking
exciting
got huge fucking men, big testosterone men being like, "Come on, Ronda!" Like it's one of my favourite things when we would see Ronda v Tate. Like,
when Misha Tate survived the first 2 rounds and was celebrated like she'd won it. Like, it was so cool.
And so Milo's point was like, it's weird that, I just do find it a bit weird that feminists haven't got behind her as much as they should have. Like, she is a fucking groundbreaking person. And it is just because UFC's a fucking violent thing. So Doug Seal came in with his fucking beard.
Like, he come along with just these really, like... He had no knowledge of what he was talking about, yet he was talking so assured, and I was just watching everything he said going, why are you here? Like, not on this thread, just on this earth.
And it is
exist.
Because like, if you look back, like, fighting has been such a sort of, that's what men do over the years.
Yeah.
So for women to come and own that,
properly own it,
the ultimate feminist thing.
And bringing these 3, and I mean, the fucking thing where she's probably paid more.
How has it to say she's the highest paid fighter?
Aye, well, apart from McGregor.
Yeah, no. I think that there's been a transition in the last 2 years, but
she did get absolutely fucking bashed in her last 2 fights.
Yeah. We were saying that there'll come a day when you could actually get women and men fighting together.
Well, I think that as long as they've done the matchups correctly, because obviously you're not going to put at the minute you wouldn't put the best bantamweight woman in with the best bantamweight guy. Cody Garbrandt would probably destroy Nunez, but if you put Nunez against like whoever she's matched up with,
stylistically,
so like it might be the 30th guy on the roster, the ranked 30th is a fair fight for her. You don't just go straight in at the top.
But I think it's such a complicated thing to bring in because like. You will just get people that go because it could be a lose-lose situation because like let's say she wins her first 3 fights against guys and then loses. I mean, even though for everyone who watches UFC, if she gets knocked out by a guy, everyone in the UFC goes, absolutely fair fucking matchup. People get knocked out all the time. This was a fair fight. But the people who do not watch UFC or understand would just be like, it's violence. This guy beat up a fucking woman. You're the one that brought gender into it. Like, none of us were focused on it. It was just 2 fights.
I refuse to believe we won't get a future where we can hit women. That is something that we really should be working towards.
Yeah, a better future.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Horton.
Watch First Dates.
So I think it's obviously as society is completely not ready for that yet. But it would have to come through with our sports first. You would have to have like a woman that was like the Ronda Rousey of a field sport. Maybe it's like football, and then they go, why can't she play in the Premier League? She's as good as the Premier League footballers, and then that's where you start. Yeah. And then eventually it becomes normal to have that kind of integration, and then the fighting would come last.
Yeah. That's the way to do it.
Am I wrong that there's transgender fighters? There's like a guy who became a
there is, but it's a huge debate. Cause there's a lot of arguments about whether, because when you go through hormone replacement, I just tucked it in. There's lots of debates about because they still have testosterone, but when you go through hormone replacement therapy, they actually have a lot less testosterone once they've gone through the full transition. So it's arguably they might be at a bit of a disadvantage. Bethany Black is someone that I don't know much about. She's a comedian, but she probably knows more about it. I think she did an article on it.
Did you?
Yeah, because
I'm so uneducated in this and so ignorant of this, I can't even bring myself to the debate.
Yeah, I feel very much the same way, but the little I know about it was that.
So worried about saying the wrong thing or having the wrong opinion just out of ignorance, but I don't know what the current stand is with transgender in the UFC.
But to get back to
we'll pin that.
Yeah, we'll pin that. We'll come back to it. But yes, if you, and I wouldn't need to say it was even exclusive to Game of Thrones, but if you don't watch Game of Thrones because you're just like, no, I just don't like fantasy mythical shit. Oh, well, I bet you were having a wank 10 minutes later though, you fucking nerd.
You're missing out on a real good story. It's such a good story. The books are great too.
My one is Muggles, and I'm going to have to explain this, love coffee, right? You can like coffee, right? Everyone likes coffee. But see if you're one of those ones like, oh, I'm just not the same person until I've had my cup of joe. Yeah, you are. You're still boring. You're still the worst. If anything, you've just got more energy to be a dullard. Like, go drink your slave pig fucking bean water and shut the fuck up. Like, this because I couldn't, if you made me a coffee, couldn't give a fuck if it's ground, couldn't give a fuck if it's dry. Like, someone would go, oh, that's a nice coffee, but I'm not, the snobs, you go, you can make a coffee and you go, oh, it's just dried stuff. They're like, oh no, I'll just wait until I go, oh shut up, cunt.
My friend was saying the other day someone wouldn't put milk in his coffee in a hipster shop because you're not meant to have milk with that particular coffee, so the barista wouldn't put milk in it.
Oh yeah, shut up, I'm paying for the fucking
Get it
thing.
in my mouth.
Aye. If I order a pizza and I want to put fucking tomato sauce on it, you're fucking, I mean I wouldn't, I'm not a monster. But you don't get to this, imagine that at any other place, like you'd be like, oh can I get a gin and tonic with ice? Or ice freeze? Shut the fuck up. I asked for your drinking, your services, not your opinion, you know one.
Yeah.
And I feel like the people that have this, again, it's finding like coffee, like I can take it or leave it. But
can I have a skinny chai cinnamon latte? Sorry, I haven't got any. I'll just forget it then.
just
have a mocha.
I get one of the other things. You've never walked into a fucking pizza shop and be like, oh, can I get pepperoni? We don't have pepperoni. Oh, just not have pizza then.
Yeah.
I had
forget the whole thing.
Aye.
You've ruined it.
I had a comedian called Pete Johansson wanted to drive him 14 miles to Starbucks when there was a Costa next door to our accommodation.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, it has to be a Starbucks. And I'm like, would you drive me 40 miles for a McDonald's if there was a Burger King next door?
Aye.
Just say get the fucking Burger King and you daft cunt. But he was like, oh, the Starbucks coffee's like a special blend or something.
It's just, I couldn't give less of it. I think if you're...
Stand in the corner, Pete.
Aye, go stand in the corner. I'm not fussed.
No.
Like I feel like I think with teas it's different because you get like you genuinely get different types of tea: peppermint tea, raspberry tea, mint tea.
But it's so irrelevant that I couldn't make it important.
No.
I couldn't make it important, the brand of the coffee or tea or whatever. It's just such
It's
a
all coffee.
minor thing in my life.
Yeah, it might. Yeah, it's nice to be treated to a nice one. I want one of those. There's this. It was started on Kickstarter, and I absolutely want this. It's like this little alarm clock, and you set it, and it just makes coffee for you. And like that's how you wake up.
Awesome.
Yeah. So what it does is 5 minutes before you wake up and the alarm goes off, it brews you a fucking espresso. So you wake up, and I'm like, that would get me up in the morning.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Like sometimes the fire alarm's gone off in my house and it's always just toast, but my lack of urgency then is just terrifying. Like you remember every time there's a fire alarm at school and you just went, ugh, it's the most British thing in the world. You're like, oh fucking here we go. In fact, do you remember that when we were filming Muff? We had all these fucking fake guns, right? These fake...
from Airsoft. Like there were actual replicas that looked legit, like AK-47s and shit.
And we have to carry all these fucking guns down these stairs for this scene. So we're all walking down. 2 people are fucking dressed up like terrorists. And just an alarm goes off in the building. And slowly people start filing out of their offices, coming downstairs. Now in America... 8 people would have died because 2 people would have had guns on them and they would have seen this gun. But in Britain, I swear, 40 people walked past, 3 people dressed as terrorists with guns, and we're just like, oh yeah. Are you leaving because of the fire alarm too?
I was like, you! It's probably another false alarm again. You're there with a gun. They've got no reason to believe it's not a gun.
Like also, like, or maybe just looking at us being like, oh, they were going to come in they were going to come in to shoot everyone up with the fire alarm. I'm just going to shoot us outside. Don't want to risk their own health.
Scuppered with burnt toast. So the coffee thing. I love a coffee as much as the next guy, but it's not my identity.
Yeah,
don't make it define you.
if it's your defining feature, then absolutely. And I think we should actually go on to your dad jokes.
What time on?
We're on 42, but with the 10 we did before. This will wrap us up.
Oh no, I just paused it, so that's in total.
No, it's in total. Well, in that case, we totally can do another
round of muggles.
Aye.
Okay, so this is what I do. I think we've all done it, but whenever I see someone else do it, I think, oh, what a muggle. If you put a picture up somewhere of you smoking a joint or anything to do with weed,
Yeah.
Like when it's just like, hey guys, look how cool and like that I'm being. Look what I'm doing outside.
Hashtag 420.
Yeah. Oh.
Then you
Hashtag hash.
flip the bird.
Yeah.
Flip the bird to create the look.
And you have to be blowing smoke in the camera. And, like I've got ones that like pictures of me up doing it. But whenever I see anyone else do it, I think, oh, what a dick.
I'm in the corner right now.
We did it in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
They're really like,
but
this
that's-
wanky arty shot in a cafe in the mirror.
I think Amsterdam, I'd say somewhere like Amsterdam's different. I'm talking mines at the back of like my bins or something. If you've gone to the weed capital of the world, but mine's just stood around the back of the estate.
It's 3 p.m. on a Wednesday.
There's just in the background of the shot, there's your dad looking out the window, tutting. Mid-tuttons.
I do it like empty alcohol bottles and just keep the empty joint butts. Put glitter on them and decorate my room.
Roach.
I'm 100% in the corner of that. Oh, like, yeah, because, and you know what? I do think it's cool. I really do. I'm going to do it again. See, next time I've got like a big spliff or something, and it's like a cool shot, see if I'm looking particularly fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
Like
Tinder profile.
I be like, oh, sorry ladies, if you're not ready for a bad boy, should have come on Tinder.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when your dreams come true?
Yeah, no, I'll totally agree, because it's just such an obvious but shit act of rebellion.
You wouldn't do it with any other drug, would you?
No,
Like on Tuesday, like you've got a big line of gack. Flipping the bird at someone.
You know what? I'd love to do that. I've got so many good photos on drugs that I just think, have some respect for people whose opinions of you are higher.
I've got family on Facebook.
Yeah,
It's just such minor rebellion. It'd be like taking a selfie of you doing like 75 on a motorway. It'd be like, oh, I'm technically breaking the law.
And deep down, you know it's actually just a cigarette. You couldn't get weed.
Like, I think also is like if you're gonna take rebellious shots for your Facebook, go hard, right? You have it you shooting someone in the back of the head. Have it you jerking off to kid porn. Like, go hard or go home. You fucking half job.
You post that just to start refreshing the likes.
Yeah, totally muggle corner. I fully agree. 30 seconds, and I'll stand in the corner for 30 seconds because I think we're all.
So,
Shall we all go stand in separate corners of the room?
I pass a spliff round though.
Tom, next muggle corner.
People who keep the wristbands on from festivals and stuff.
We've-
and just keep doing that.
We've, I think,
It's covered, yeah.
Gareth's done this before, but it's absolutely, and that's what you get for not being a fan of the podcast, Tom.
Oh no, I watch it sporadically. Just
You watch it.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Just sits outside and looks through the window.
it's just not when Gareth's on. Sorry, Gareth. I love you.
It was more about how much he loves me, guys. Don't worry about it.
But it's totally that. I mean, you released a podcast and you said it was Sloss and Humphries on the road, but not in my books. Don't consider it. Yeah.
If anything, Gareth, we think similar.
See, I do the thing is, I don't leave the wristbands on, but I leave condoms on. That's why my dick's so big.
You're up to 33 now. Okay.
It's like pass a parcel, but with STDs.
And ironically, most of them are from festivals. The Muggle corner, look, if you've already stood in the corner for 30 seconds, have yourself another 30 seconds. Especially if they're still on your wrist.
Aye, that's definitely true. If learning that you were a fucking muggle and you were like, oh, it's still cool though, get back in.
I'm gonna just put it out there though that I keep my festival wristbands.
Do you?
In the bin. And I do actually, I keep them.
Nah, I'm just...
But like, not on my body. This is my second and last Muggle corner of the day, is posting a selfie with nothing in the background, just your face.
Yeah.
You're not like, oh, here's me with such and such, or here's me at a landmark, or here, like, this is what I'm doing right now.
Just reminding you of my
Just a
face.
portrait of your face.
No, I wouldn't say that's too, like,
Oh,
that's not too bad.
No, it's like, it's not, it's beyond Muggle, it's like, see a shrink.
No,
What do you think? Like, you've got a mirror, you go to the mirror, there's your face, right? That's you and you.
no.
That's for yourself, right? Don't like, post a screenshot of your mirror.
I'd like to see Elliot argue this though. Go on.
Yeah, go on.
Like, it's just, you know, you could just put a picture up of yourself. You might be like, oh, I've got a good bit of light here. I'm looking alright. I'm going to put that up.
I mean, you're putting it further in the corner, mate.
You might just be like, oh, okay, I'll put that up on Facebook, and then if like any girls like it or something, I'm just going to drop them a message. So you might just be using
Slide
it as
into
a
the
way.
DMs.
Yeah, you might just be using it as a way to, you know, get somewhere with someone. Like,
It's the saddest story I've ever heard.
oh yeah, don't do it.
I mean,
I'm not actually a woman.
I have seen your face.
yeah, for me, it's just like it is level of, and I'm totally in it. Like, because my early Facebook photos, like profile ones, were like those. Reckon if it's
Your profile photo, actually, that's probably necessary to have a picture of your face.
yeah, if it's.
Because you want people to know what you look like. When people we've covered this in Muggle Corner, when people put like the baby or the car, and you're like, no, that's not you. This is
Or a
doorpost
superhero character. Have you ever seen someone do that? Like they'll have like Iron Man there or something, and you just think like, you're ugly, aren't you?
You're not Iron Man. You're fucking poor. You've not had sex in 7 years, and you're scared of flying.
What about like professional headshots? People who do them.
Oh.
Different to a selfie against the wall.
I feel that's sort of like specific to like our job and stuff because obviously we all get headshots. But I still think that's a level of narcissism.
I think so, especially on Facebook where it's like,
if it's for
you're
your
going to be like you.
If it's for your Facebook profile pic, I think it's absolutely fine but if it's just and like you've just put the photo up, you're not using it usually. It's just like here I am. Who gives a fuck, cunt? Like I'm totally in. But you disagree? It's a majority vote, so you're still out. But
Do it now. Post a selfie.
Right, go on, take a selfie, go
Do it
on.
now.
Right, do it on Twitter though as well so that people can go on.
Right,
And pin it.
Right.
Pin the tweet to your face.
Pin the tweeters. Man, do you know what's funny? Because this is hilarious to us and everyone who listens to the podcast, but see the amount of comedians that don't are just going to see Elliot putting a tweet of his face and be like, fucking narcissist.
What's your Twitter handle, Elliot?
ElliotSteele.com.
Spelled Still. Elliot Steele.com. Elliot 2 T's?
No, 1 T.
1 T. Steele 2 E's.
My final one, and your bird is going straight in the corner, mate. Right, Muggles date Kai Humphries, no.
Oh, I'm in.
He's all going in the corner, guys. Come back to the podcast.
Muggles have those fucking light boxes. Like, what are you, a fucking strip joint? Like, what are you...
Have you seen what's just going on at the minute as well?
Oh, yeah.
40 seconds on, 20 seconds off.
Leaning 15. Like, it's... For me, it's just... It's
a mantra.
It's just a worse vision board. Like you just come up with a new you come up with a quote to yourself, and you just go, "It's just to remind myself of the quote." Just remind yourself. That's what your memory's for. Like because I use your girlfriend's one because I hate it so much, and I do it to fuck with her. I'll write horrible things. Every time I come in, it's always pushed it down 11.
On the thingy box.
Yeah.
When you write Prosecco sucks.
After the Prosecco debacle. Argument.
Let's not bring that back up. Old wounds.
No. Have you seen the thing?
I've seen it. Yeah.
It's the white box.
Ricketts has got one. Ricketts has got one that says live girls.
He does.
It says live girls, light box in his house.
What's the light box?
So the light box is
It's funny because they're all dead.
The light box it's a box with light behind it, but you get letters and you stick the letters and you stick it on, and you put in your own little quote with love hearts, being like, "Seize the day."
That's muggly. That's
Just
really...
and it doesn't matter what you write because you can write funny stuff on it, like I have done. But to buy one, just.
I don't know, but someone might get you one as a gift. You know what I mean? I'd probably like. I could imagine someone like buying me, or someone in the family is quite just getting me.
In that, yeah,
and you put live, laugh, love on it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Definitely.
If you had it, if you did get one and you had to put it up, put it in the front room rather than your bedroom. Like make it a thing that people could write stupid stuff on rather than to remind yourself. Like that's a.
Do you know what'd be really, really fucking funny and awful, right? If you got one beside your bed, right, and it's just got like the number 37 on it, right, and then you bring someone back and you have sex with them, and when you're done, you. even if it's
and then put a 6.
Or just like, or you just have the number 10, so you go in there and you just get the / and then go put 6/10. Just live rate them.
Or have the number 10, right? Ask how old she is, and when she tells you, replace the 10.
How old are you? 21? Oh, new high score.
Catch him, I get one now.
I know that I've done that. That is fucking funny. I mean, it's awful. It's awful. It's like that. Have you heard that? It's my dad's favourite joke. It's such a shit joke. The guy's walking past a fence, right? Just on the other side of the fence. You just hear someone going 37, 37, 37, 37, 37. He's like. He's trying to look over, but it's a big fence. He's like, the fuck are you good? 37, 37, 37. He's like, the fuck is it? And he's got a hole in the wall and he looks through, right? And someone pokes him in the eye and goes, 38, 38. Oh, right, so to run through...
Good joke, Martin.
So to go through all those Muggle corners one last time is... my ones were Muggles have light boxes. If you got one, write Muggle in it and go stand in the corner because that's what you fucking are. If you can like coffee, you can enjoy coffee. But if you know different types of beans, if it's your defining feature, fucking... It's just
hipster Muggle.
Oh, you're drinking bean juice.
Yeah.
It's bean juice.
Warmed up bean juice.
Oh,
You fucking tramp.
and Elliot's?
People who pin tweets and people who put pictures up of smoking weed.
Oh, I'm absolutely, yes, I'm in the corner.
I've definitely pinned a tweet. Mine are empty alcohol bottles and festival bands repeated.
Yeah, and
Mine is people that don't watch Game of Thrones because dragons and stuff. And also, if you just post a selfie of your face with nothing in the background, seek help.
I seek medical help. Because I'm going to knock you the fuck out. Right, now on to our favourite game, your dad jokes. We've gone for 7 each.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you do have to specify whose dad it is about in this. So Tom, this works doubly for you. Tom, your dad refers to licking stamps as rimming the Queen. Steele.
Oh.
Kai, your dad got an ASBO for selling NOS to teenagers in the park.
Elliot, your dad wears safety goggles when he's pulling Christmas crackers.
Danny, your dad's banter on Facebook is so bad that people screen grab his post and send it to their mates in WhatsApp.
Kai, your dad won't take the tags off his socks in case they decrease in value.
Danny, your dad drives a Prius when he plays GTA because he's worried about his carbon emissions.
He stops at traffic lights.
Kai, your dad has names for all his toes.
I kisses them goodnight. Whenever he puts his socks on, he's like, "Don't be scared, boys."
Elliot, your dad rode his clothes horse in the battle.
Tom, your dad's tongue's back to front.
Too much rimming.
Tom, your dad trolls the McCanns.
Danny, your dad has a belly button ring.
But it's one of those spacers. It's like his belly button, a space on his belly.
You can see right into his womb.
Hear the scene.
Tom, your dad got his rice wet, so he put it in a bowl for iPhones.
Elliot, your dad went to get tested for testicular cancer, and when he found a mole on his testicle and cried tears of happiness when the doctor told him it was a chocolate button.
Danny, your dad thinks he could have gone pro if it weren't for his knee injury.
Like, as a singer.
Kai, your dad owns sea monkeys.
He owns them. Elliot, your dad got porcupine needles in his nose from sniffing around the wrong bush.
Kai, your mum wouldn't let your dad have ice cream for breakfast, so he ran away from home. He got all his belongings in a little fucking napkin, threw them over his shoulder.
Cold Samaritans.
Tom,
Yeah.
your dad went on hunger strike after your mum beat him at Monopoly.
Kai, your dad ties his shoelaces twice just to make sure.
Double knots. Andy, oh, that's like son. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree in this house.
His dad does it with Velcro shoes.
He ties knots in his Velcro. Danny, your dad dismantles the dishwashers and salvages them for parts so you can try and fix your mum.
Elliot, your dad auditioned to be a background character in the movie Gravity.
Danny, your dad tweeted "not my president" after you got beaten running for school council.
Not my hall monitor.
Elliot, your dad gives himself hickeys with the vacuum cleaner.
Just to make your mum jealous.
Date night with Henry.
Tom, your dad's scared of snakes and he's absolutely terrified of heights, so he's a blubbering wreck whenever he plays snakes and ladders.
Snakes on the plane, hated it.
Jesus Christ. Torture.
Kai, your dad throws gang signs during sex. He's stoned.
Kai, your dad marked himself safe during the Berlin attacks, even though he lives in Blythe.
Danny, your dad has a framed plaque that says he has great password strength.
Elliot, your dad sleeps with the duvet buttons by his chin.
Fucking animal.
He's a monster.
Oh, right, lovely. Well,
Can I share one of Ricketts's that he done on New Year's Eve night?
Was it
It was a brilliant one. It wasn't the one that because you had your dad's dinner lady.
Aye.
That was a good one. This is one of Ricketts's from New Year's Eve. Your dad writes hammer time on stop signs.
Right, do you boys have anything to plug?
Tune in tonight at 10 o'clock to watch me
Aye.
be rapey with a lady.
Aye, well to do. Just
Nah, I ain't got much on.
Aye, both comedians.
I got a Soho run. You've just done it, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, I've just done it.
Cool.
And you're off to fucking...
I'm going to be in Australia. We've got listeners in Australia. I've seen the back door of the podcast. You hate it when I call it the back door.
I do.
You know, the stats on the thing.
Aye.
Got quite a few people in Australia. I'm going to be in Perth for a month, starting on the 19th of this month. And then Adelaide for a month, then Melbourne for a month.
Aye.
That'll be
And you're taking over
The world, aye? Taking over the...
You're taking over the Thursday podcasts.
Yeah.
I'll do the Monday ones, and then we'll meet back up in Melbourne. I'm in Washington for Trump's inauguration.
Yeah, especially for that.
Hi. I'm genuinely going to turn up with the laser pointer. Like, I've said it before.
Oh, I fucking want to get a cat to jump up.
Just see if I can get to go off stage.
You start pointing the laser pointer and his hair starts chasing him. Like a catapult and a penny.
Alright. Apart from that, we'll be back. Thanks for listening. And fucking whatever counts. Bye.